All right, as we're starting up again, I wanted to show you very briefly what we're using, and I already showed you the first one, but this is the 30-degree elbow kit. So it comes with the two 30-degree elbows and the support bracket. This stock number or item number is 6DPE30K. And this is what it looks like. You have the male and female ends. And you see how this box is all beat up? I actually found this from a fella on Marketplace, and I got it at a really great deal because these are really very expensive for just those pieces. And so I got very blessed, and I found that right when I needed it. So we're ready to continue on up the wall. Let's do it. I was right on target with my idea. It says that if the needed direction of the elbow is different than the fully locked position, the elbow can be rotated to the desired direction and can be secured to the pipe section with a minimum of 4 sheet metal screws. So yeah, do not penetrate the inner wall. So I've got the sheet metal screws right here. These are some 3/4 inches, and I will be able to go in and it won't penetrate the inner wall. We'll be good to go. I actually, instead of not securing this one in its locking position, I'm not securing the 9-inch. So if you can drill through this one, you can certainly drill through this one. So I'm not only doing the band here, but I'm going to drill through the band and the pipe, bring it all together. And I'm going to put at least 4 here. Now, to get this straight with the building, I also had to loosen this one just a little bit. So I will be drilling through this one as well. And so, yeah, we're going to get on this and make some holes and secure this thing up. So I'm just going to confirm. This one, I'm just going to eyeball it to see if I'm right where I need to be. This one, we know where we're at. Let's see if we can take these 3/4 inch self-tapping screws and get in there. Nice. That goes in very, very smooth. Let's see if we can. Now that was between the band here where I've got the bolt going through. Now I've got this nice and tight. Let's see if we can do just as well going through the band itself. So I want to go high on the band because I know that it only comes down about a 1/2 inch underneath the band. So let's do it right here. Awesome, awesome. It's going to turn out just fine. A little late, but better late than never. Put on my safety goggles here. Now it says do a minimum of 4. I'm probably going to do 5. So I've got 3 already. I'll go as far back to the back side as I can, and I'll hit it again on each side here. There it is. All right. Hey guys, there's a buck right down here on the edge of my woods going from the woods into the field, and he was doing a buck rub on the tree. Can you see him going through the woods there? Wow. I can't believe he was right up here with all this noise. So cool. When I arrived here this morning, there was a bunch of doe in the field. I'll show you a quick clip I got on my phone from that. Welcome to the lovely place. Just got here, pulled up, and that's what's bouncing across the field. Oh, there's another one. And is that the big daddy out there? They're still standing over there too. Okay, we got that one done. Now let's go ahead and put several screws in this one. I've got it straight right where I want it. And my deer, he went on, so it's time to get back to it. Now keep in mind, if you did not need to reposition this like I'm doing, you can just lock it into place and no screws are needed. But in my case, we gotta screw it down a little bit. So I'm gonna set you out right in front of it so you can see it. And we're about to put our next 36-inch section on the 30-degree angle and see where it lands. So far, everything is secure from here down. Okay, let's do this. Okay. How does it look? Does it look straight with the building? Now that 30 is going to go on up here. We'll put another level on the scaffolding for that, but we've got some work down here to do first. And some work with this bracket that came with the 30s. I'm considering using it on this 3-foot extension pipe here. All right, so I went ahead and I put my 30-degree angle up on the 36-inch pipe there. Well, I'm noticing what you're noticing, and that is it's going out much further than it needs to. I was reading the manual as well earlier, and it said if you have a certain amount that you're trying to come out beyond a certain length, you need to use a certain length pipe. And I'll show you what it said. But I can just tell by looking at it, I'm gonna need a 24-inch pipe right there instead of the 36. All right, so here's the chart I'm talking about. It's on page 13, it's table 3. Basically, we're using a 30-degree. We're actually doing an offset of 15 inches. That's that overhang that we've got up there. And therefore, it tells us to use a 24-inch chimney section. I was using a 36, which is designed more for a 21-inch offset. I think a lot of it, of course, will have to do with how far you're up the wall before you come out as well, but I think this is going to work just perfect for us. All right, so I just took the 36-inch piece off. I bought 3 of these 36 inchers. I really should have bought 2 36 inchers and 1 24-incher. And if I get the 24, I believe it's going to land right where it needs to, before where I can angle up, and it will be much closer in to the soffit there for bracketing, and it'll have less weight coming out off of the house. All right, we got it in. We have the 24-inch chimney pipe, DuraPlus 6-inch. Everything worked out. It's galvanized, and I've put it up. Let me show you how well it fits. Unfortunately, most of this morning's footage is gone. I had an SD card blow up on me. And so I previously recorded everything you're about to see step by step, but I'm gonna walk you through it now. So don't worry, you're gonna lose nothing. We're gonna show you everything, all right? So last time I left you, we had a 3-footer here. Now we have our 24-incher. We also put the additional 30-degree up here on top of the 24-incher. And above this, we put a clamp that came, this clamp, this bracket came with the actual 30-degree, the 2 30-degree pieces. It was in the kit. And it's the elbow strap, and in case you want to know, it's 6DP-ES. Well, I had to do a little fabricating. You can see I did a lot of measurements to determine what angle this was going to come at. Cut this off, bent it here. Same thing on the other side, bolted it in, put some of this nice sealant in there behind that. Previously, I accidentally drilled a hole up here thinking I can mount it up there. There's no wood back there, believe it or not. You pole barn builders would know that. Now I've thrown a 36-inch on top of that, and we're up a good bit. The plan is, and you know what, I could possibly get away with just this one 36-inch, but the plan is to put another one. That's going to give me a ton of draft. The rule is to go from wherever the top of your chimney is over 10 feet and make sure that you're 2 feet above that. I don't know what that means, do you? So I've got an additional two additional 3-footers. We're going to use another one and we're going to stack it up. But when I do that, I will be putting this bracket on there. But right now we're going to put a couple of regular pole barn screws like these right here. We're just going to go ahead and tap these a couple here just to keep that from twisting. That should hold it. I want to show you how level this is. So let's put it on the side. It's magnetic. Not bad at all. Perfect. All right. So as I was holding the pipe up to put that bracket on, I noticed this was a little bit loose here. It's you know, it's tightened in, but it just wanted to pull away from this 30 degree. I've got screws down here, but I want to put a couple screws on each side in there as well. And this is not easy to do when you're not coming straight on to it. And so we're going to try it right here. Nice. Let's do it the other side, just to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to be. Hey, there it is. There it is. Let's see if I need to take it anymore. I don't think I should. That's good. We got one on each side in the back, and that's the only place we need it. We're good. All right, I just wanted to answer the question that we were talking about a few minutes ago here. So this is chimney placement. What you do is 2 feet minimum above the highest point of the roof within 10 feet. So you come over to your chimney pipe, you measure over 10 feet where it's level. And as long as you're 2 feet above that mark that takes you over 10 feet, you've got to be a minimum of 2 feet above that, and then you'll be good to go. I'll take a look and see where we stand currently, but we're probably going to put that other 36-inch pipe up there anyway. So right now what I want to do is I want to get this cap secured on this last 36-inch piece of pipe. And then I want to go up and get this on top. There it is. So it'll spin. I can pick the whole thing up by that because it's grabbing it, but I don't trust that in a windstorm. At this point, I think I'm just going to take a screw, angle it down into here a few times around. But yeah, I can reach in here. I can feel all the way down in the pipe. That doesn't make sense to me. And there's not another part that I'm aware of. I don't see more instructions. So, Okay, guys, we found what we were looking for. Figure 1, there's the cap right there. It says snap the chimney cap onto the top of the chimney. The chimney cap can be removed for chimney cleaning as described in the chimney blah 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 maintenance instructions. So apparently it's just snapped on. I don't like that, but I may or may not put some screws in it. It kind of sets a little cockeyed, and it does this. I guess it'll settle down kind of level after the wind blows it. But I can always, well, I'd rather do it now if I'm going to do it. Let me give it some thought. And we're going to put it up. All right, I decided to do it. I've got a level up here. I'm going to push this down. We'll drill a hole or two. And then we're going to put a bolt in there. Look, let me get the right glasses on. Those were Mrs. Lovely's reading glasses. They were awful pretty. But let's put on some glasses that will protect my eyes. Now, I'm going to hold it down level, go in there, angle down. All right, we're in there. Let's take this and let me get a screw, a little bit on here that'll drive that. Okay, we're set. Let's pop this on. Let's make sure we get into that hole that we want to get in. I need my light. By the way, if you see a lot of good light that you don't normally see in here, we got ourselves a little special thing that brightens up our night here at the lovely place. But it's not brightening it up underneath here, so I need to hold this down to find that one. There it is. All right, I'm not gonna go too tight because I don't want to dent this in. Let's go back a little, put one on the other side. Since we're doing it that way, we need to check level this direction. All right. I gotta get my level right before I put that next hole in. Good. Okay. So much fun. How are we? It's slightly off. Now it's perfect. We're gonna go with that. Let me show you. Good enough, especially if I do that. But right now, we're gonna get this chimney final as far as the height, the caps on here. Let's see what happens. I gotta mind my seam to make sure it's in the back. And let's take it this way, drop it down, and twist it. Seams in the back, chimney's on. How does it look?
Looks good.
Looking good, looking good. I will show you something that needs to be improved and fixed, and so that you won't make this mistake. But yeah, from back here, it looks really nice. And we definitely have, if we were to measure 10 feet out, I'm just gonna give you I would say it'd be about like that, who knows. And obviously we have 2 feet above that, so we're perfect. That is very solid. That looks good. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you the problem. So when I put those 4 screws in, I actually put 2 in originally, and I saw this issue and I put 2 more thinking I could correct it. But if you look up at it, you see where it kind of bows out. It's a little too tight. What's going on are those screws are a little bit short, and for me to get a good bite with a couple of threads, I had to go a little deeper than I need to. So I'll get some longer screws, take those out, replace them with the longer ones, bend it out so that it's not curved in there. Hopefully I can make it round again. All right, we've got some light on the subject now. It's getting a little dusk outside, as you can see, but it's bright in here, and I want to show you what we're doing on the inside until we can get back out on top on the outside. All right, so this is the 6-inch 6DVL-ADT. It's the double wall adapter that I talked about that we might use instead of this little piece of stainless steel that came with the kit. So I'm going to show you the differences in the two, and that way you could determine which way you want to go. I think we could have went either way after looking at this and been just fine saving some money and using this one. Okay, so we got it out of the box. Let's take a peek at this thing. We'll determine if it's worth it. This one cost me about 33 bucks, I believe, plus tax. Got some screws with it here. Now, the benefit of this that I've been told from DuraVent is that it just simply makes installation easier. It's really not that much more beneficial. But when I saw it online, this is what I noticed. This double wall, this pipe, okay? This stainless steel pipe. All this is an insert. And I think it's almost identical to the other insert. It may have a different position for these ribs. But it does insert into this, which gives it more protection right here. Again, I think that we would have been fine going the other route. I'm not sure if this is going to create a little bit of a difference in spacing than that does. So the one I will use will be based on which one fits better probably. I'm hoping to use this since I invested in it, and it just simply makes it easy. It's got these screw holes that go up on the pipe itself, on the DVL, and it allows you to just screw it right into it. So it gives you a little bit more ease in installation by not needing to screw your own holes in that other piece. So I'm not sure exactly where you would screw it if you did that one, but anyway, let's look at which one of these might be the best way to go. All right, I pulled the pipe off the stove. I'm gonna pull out this piece. This is the one that came with the kit. So we're gonna compare these two pieces, the one that came from the new kit and the one that came with the original through the wall kit. So what we have here, this one's about an inch wider, but that inch may insert inside and we may not be creating more space. We're gonna find that out. Okay, so there's the holes. Let's line them up, get the seam offset from one another. Doing this with this supported on my knee here. I tell you what, it is a very tight fit. It doesn't feel like it's made to go over it, but it is. There we go. All right, that's it. It's lined up. The screw holes are there. They're there right there, and they're lined up, ready to go. So let's see how this works now. So what's happening now, this is coming out a lot further. It sure feels like. So it's gonna take some figuring out. It's not gonna happen this evening. It's been a long day. All right, back in the shop real briefly. I have a curtain rod here. I'm gonna cut these off in 1-inch little pieces. I'm gonna put them in between the chimney pipe and the outer rim of this. And that way I'll hold it out 1 inch all the way around and we should have a perfect circle. We'll pop it right back up there. All right, screw number 4. We're going to, I've got a little lip here. I had to angle this little 1-inch piece. I put it all around and I'm making sure that it's coming out 1 inch before I finalize this. So let's take this and tighten it down just a little bit, get a couple of threads in. Let's check that measurement. As you can see, it bit. Yep, we're exactly 1 inch. So now, hopefully when we look up at it, it'll be round all the way around it. You like my wife's glasses? Okay, I've turned it upside down. Let's see if you can see up high. Maybe not, but at an angle you can tell that it looks pretty even all the way around there. So yeah, that's a nice little hack if you want to secure your cap on top of your chimney pipe. So I'm gonna try to mount this extended roof bracket onto the chimney pipe before we put it on the roof. So that means that this metal bracket's gonna be sliding across the roof as I'm sliding the whole thing up there. So I brought some thick socks to keep it from scratching the roof. Pretty sweet idea. I think that'll help. Gotta remember my seam. There we go. Does that look better down there?
Yeah.
Nice. Now let me grab that roof bracket and mount it about right up here as far as I can reach up, and I'll lay the legs up here on the roof, and then I'll sweep off the rest of those leaves, and then we'll mount that bracket down onto the roof, and then we will call this up here done. I can't wait. Okay, we've got it up here. Let's put our socks up there on the roof. One out that way. Let's take this bolt off. Let's start it down low. We can raise it up. It doesn't have to be too high. The higher it is though, the better, I think. Mrs. Lovely, question for you. Get in the very front and tell me if this is centered. I think it needs to come around this way.
Yeah. Right in my eye.
I'm sure it's in their eyes too.
Come toward the mouth a little bit.
Toward the truck?
I think that's perfect.
Okay. Let's see if I can get this bolt in there. And now the nut. Alright. Got the nut on. Now I can raise it a little bit more. Since it's moving a little, I'm going to check for level. Just to be sure we're still good way up here. We can adjust that with the brackets. That side's good. Okay. I got these paper towels with me because I'm going to clean the roof before I put the sealant down underneath those bracket connections. So it looks straight up there. Okay, let's tighten it. That's definitely tight. Now we're going to move the scaffolding around to the side, climb up, get on the roof, and get this thing straightened out. So a tip for you guys, take the sticker off before you do this. And a great way to get that sticker off is, I was holding these pieces over the propane heater last time, heating it up real good, and it'll peel right off. This, on the other hand, is cold, and I'll be lucky if I get all this. Okay, after a few minutes, we got it. Nice. I'm up on the scaffolding, about to get on this roof, and if I have a fear in life, it's the fear of heights. So before I get up here, because I don't want to do a lot of talking once I'm up here, I'm going to mount these down first. I'm going to take the socks off and mount these, and you're supposed to mount them at about 60-degree angle apart, so kind of close to where it's at now, and at about a 60-degree angle from the pipe itself. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. There we go. So I'll be able to mount this one from standing right down here, and I'll probably put it down here on this, I think that's called a purlin under there, and I'll take the other one over that direction up that way, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I'll probably have to go a little further than 60 degrees and get on that one up that way. So we might as well do the easy one first, right, while we're right here. No sense in climbing up there just yet. Why not let that wait, huh? So I'm gonna clean this up first, and then we're gonna get to mounting it. All right, we've cleaned this area off a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, toss this down there, is I'm gonna fill the bottom up of this up with this sealant that we've got. It's gonna go at a little bit of an angle here, but that's okay. I know I've got wood underneath this. I was able to feel under here and feel where that started, and we're probably about right here. So let's do this. Let's get some adhesive on, or some sealant on here, I mean. Nice. I think that'll just about do it right there. So we're gonna pop in some of these sheet metal pole barn screws. It's the exact same screw that they used, metal screw, when they were putting the barn up. Get this on. Let's pop this into a different speed. Nice. All right, let's do a couple more. We got 4 holes in this. We're gonna fill them all up. That's sealing it good. Oh yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Not that I can tell. All right, we're solid there. Now, I'm not sure. I see that this might be a little loose. I'll tighten this down a little bit. Hopefully I've got what I need to do that with. Now, I'll have to get a wrench and do that, or a Phillips screwdriver and tighten it from this side. We'll come back to that. I hope that one's tighter up there. So we'll pop this one back out. Put the one I had in there because I don't want to fiddle with it up there. Now, I'm gonna climb up there. We're gonna clean that one and we're gonna get her mounted down. All right, here comes my favorite part. Let's get a little leverage. Okay, sweet. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is no fun, y'all. All right, I think I'm up far enough. Now getting down is what's gonna be scary as crap. Let's see about, let's take off my sock. Toss it down that way. This, we want it right here. We're probably gonna do it something like this right here. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna come on over here just to bring that closer to me, that area up there that I'm gonna have to tighten down. I don't want to have to get over to the edge too far, but that will be next. That's gonna be even a little more challenging, I'm afraid, but let's let that sun bake it for a second. While it's doing that, let's get this all sealed up here. Okay. About right there, ought to do it. Not sure if that one hit. Just in case it didn't, we're gonna stick another one right here. I believe we're good. I don't think any water is gonna get anywhere near that. Okay, since I'm in a stable spot right now, I'm gonna swap this out for this, because it's time to tighten these down. We'll throw the Windex that way and just let that set there for now. Yeah, I touched it. That's what I just did. I was looking away and touched that. That figures. I knew I couldn't get away with this without getting it on me. It never fails. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. You know what I didn't do is I didn't check level, but guess what? That thing's level enough for me. Get my knee over here. Oh, that just broke that. Let's take it down a notch. We don't want that to happen again. That was a little bit over tight. So that sucks. I'm gonna have to that was the rest of that one, that first one. Too bad I did that. I'm gonna have to come back up here and put a new one in it. Let's get these on without getting to that point. This is slippery up here. I think we're good on all those. This looks like it could go a little further. Don't break. I'm gonna call that good. All right. Hi, Mrs. Lovely. Wave. Oh, okay. It's scarier than it should be. But it's scary. That looks good though. I just wish I didn't break that bolt. Other than that, we're golden. And I think the level stayed good. It looked great from the ground, so we're gonna call it good anyway. I never dreamed that I would think that a chimney pipe would look so lovely as it does, but my goodness, does this look gorgeous. Oh yeah. That is a beauty. It's a thing of beauty. Okay, here is how straight it is. That's pretty doggone straight. That's pretty level. Look at that. I'm psyched about it, guys. Beautiful. All right, so I'll show you what's next, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, that'll blind you. That will blind you. That sun coming from the west there, southwest. Looking good, looking good. So the next thing I need to do is put the right spacing behind here, which this is 3/4 of an inch. So we're probably about right. I'll confirm that with a level. I'm actually going to get the interior chimney pipe on first and set to make sure I adjust this appropriately, because it could tilt down or back a little depending on what happens on the inside. So that will be coming. As far as the outside though, just these two bolts in these brackets, that's going to be it. One last look out here at the moment. And by the way, look up there around the cap, that perfect circle that we've got, that we put those supports in there. Looks a whole lot better than it did. But yeah, the bracket turned out good. I don't think it's quite a 60 degree, but I think it's gonna support it. I think it's good. Okay, there's 3 screws that go in this upper adapter here. I've already put 2 in. So let's go ahead and knock out this 3rd one. Now this piece, I slid there, luckily it didn't hurt it too bad. This piece just slides in and out of that. That's the adapter that came with that, like I showed you earlier. So we just need to tap this evenly down, and now we can put it up onto the wall. So now that I've got that up there temporarily, and of course we will be taking the chimney pipe off and putting the walls behind that, and like I said, screwing that in tight before we finish everything out. But right now I want to get this thing working so that we could potentially put a fire in it. I'm going to do a little research. I wouldn't mind any comments for you to let me know if you think it's safe for me to build a fire in this without yet having my wall up that is, you know, tile or whatever we're going to do, metal, to prevent it from, you know, heating this up. We would be here with it the whole time, watching it, just letting this smoke off all the new oils and things on this wood stove. But I'm anxious to see that happen. That's not going to happen on this video, but right now what we're going to do is definitely get this chimney pipe connected and call this thing complete. So here we go. Let's go. Let's see if this is going to work. Now, I already can tell you it's going to be a very difficult thing to do because I'm going to put this in first, and then I'm going to turn the pipe around and attempt, well, that went on easy, but I'm going to attempt to get this in here. And to make this happen, right now it's way angled up, and I'm going to have to tilt the wood stove or something, or slide it, and I hate to do that, but I'm going to have to do that to get it to go down in this hole here. But we're going to have to make that happen. All right, she's in. Everything's level. We're good there. When we tighten it down up on the top, which we've not done, we've got to put screws all the way around this. And when we do, it's going to pull it and get it right where it needs to be to keep that at level. And then on this side, let's get the magnetic side on here. On this side, we're good to go as well. Oh yeah, just so you know, I didn't forget, we're about to put the silicone sealant around the thimble pipe that goes through the wall. So don't forget this step. 500 RTV. You're gonna need it. So all that's left to do is tidy up outside, put that little piece under the bracket so that I can tilt this up as high as I can, because that's what needs to happen. We still have our nice rise that we've been needing so that the smoke can continue to go out. And it's looking good. Just look at that sky. All right, it's time for me to remove my little separator here. I think I'll put it up higher if I can, just to keep that out a little bit. There's already a pre-drilled hole in the bracket here, so I'm going to go through there. All right, we're through metal into wood, just where we need to be. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. This is a little tricky. I'm going to be going in on this angle of the metal, so I'm going to have to hold it, kind of prevent it from falling down that way. Let's start in at this angle first. All right. We can straighten them all up later, but I'd like to get a couple more in there. As you know, we want to raise this thing up some so that the angle of the thimble will meet the double wall DVL a little bit better. Okay, we've got two more. Let's see if there's any way. Let's just try one at a time. I'm pushing one out as I'm putting one in. So that doesn't work. Okay, now I got them beside each other. I think we're better off putting the whole bunch in at once. What do you think? Let's pull them out. Okay, let's try that. I believe I can get this quantity in there. Let's see. Maybe if I just raise up on this. No, I'm gonna have to pull out literally. Okay, come on, get in there. Alright. That's just about about got it. Now, on this side, let's try putting a couple in there, because I believe we need to come out a little bit more over here. Let's take a peek at where we're at. We're about 7/8 here, and we're about the same over here. So I'm just going to put one under here, just so that it'll hold on that angle that we're at. Yeah, I believe we're good. I'm gonna go inside real quick and just take a peek at the DVL. Yes, that helped the DVL. It's nice and flat up against the internal section there. So let's get this in. I'm gonna pop it up to 3. We're gonna put one in, and hopefully it'll go all the way through into the 2x6. Now that's crushing in the wall a little bit, but we're not all the way in. Now we're all the way in. We could back it out just a little. Let's go ahead and put this side in. Good, we're set. That doesn't look bad at all. And you can tell I put that one behind here. We got some touch up to do. Anytime you're working with metal, you're gonna have touch up. You're gonna scratch it. I'll get something, a little chisel, and tap this one up and see if I can get it to line up a little bit better. But all in all, it's good to go. Let's look inside one last time. Okay, as soon as it kind of just falls this way at the moment, but as soon as we put our screws in here, here, and on the other side, it's gonna tighten right up against it. It's gonna be perfect. And we're set. All right, so we got our cap up. Got these little screws tapped in there. I am going to mount the bracket up there on both sides. And then last but not least, we're gonna slide in our little creosote catcher, if that's what it is. And we have a finished look. Just gotta get these brackets mounted on and we're good to go. Looks good. All right, look how beautiful it is out there. I tell you what, this is the lovely place. This one's a wrap, lovely people. I'm standing up here on the bed of the truck so you can see this awesome sunset behind me. Is that not amazing? Wow. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being with me during this project. I hope it was informative for you. It was a bear to record all of this. I mean, I could have probably done this in 2/3 of the time. I know it took at least another third of time recording this, but I wanted to have this for you. I wanted folks like me who are looking to try to figure out how to do this to be able to get this done and have a lot of questions answered before they go and begin this project. So I sure hope that we accomplished that for you. I hope that you were happy and that you learned something, and I'm sure you saw a lot of mistakes that I could do better in the future. We learn as we go here at the lovely place, and that's what's so lovely about it. You know, as long as you're trying, as long as you're doing something, then you're progressing. When you sit back and you say, you know, I don't know how to do that, so I'm not gonna do it, or if you spend that hard-earned money getting someone else to do it, that's okay if it is out of your league. And this was really close to being out of mine, but we got it done. I think it's gonna be safe. I think it's gonna be really, really a long-term benefit to us, no doubt about it. And if we ever lose the grid, we've got woods, we've got trees, and we're going to be able to keep ourselves warm in here. Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. God bless you, and stay lovely, people. See you next time.